SEO is back on the stage of a theater right in the heart of Warsaw, Poland. This edition will be special. The theme is Artificial Intelligence and SEO, with lectures led by experts from around the world. And the day before the conference, you can participate in a mastermind meeting and a formal dinner with the speakers. What can you expect at the conference? A networking mobile app, simultaneous translation for everyone, and what's more, 9 knowledge-packed presentations and an epic post-conference after-party. See you on March 28th at Relax Scene at Złota 8. Buy your ticket and don't miss out on this event. Oh, and I almost forgot. Of course, I didn't have to record anything for this video. That's what we have AI for.
Hello, everyone. And yeah, I haven't recorded anything for the video, but now I'm live. And I'm with my lovely guests, Julian Goldie, Mr. Pavel Klimakov, and Jitendra Vaswani. Sorry if I butcher any surname. So today we are going fully in English because of our guests. And at the beginning, I want to say a few things about the conference. So it's a webinar just before our conference. Next month, we expect one more with other speakers. It will be also in English. And I also would like to introduce our sponsors and partners. And our main sponsor is the White Press, a content marketing platform. If you need to buy any links, you can try them, good quality. And the next sponsor is Audis Global. They are sponsoring our after party, so free drinks, thanks to the Audis. And we have a bunch of other sponsors. Senuto, we are now on the Senuto platform. Contentation, if you want next links. Trust Luna, same. Link building company. So you should already recognize where is the money in the market right now. Next one, please. Orion Media, link building company and content marketing platform. Vestigio, my agency. Chili Fruit, next link building company. And Widow, marketing agency. Could you please give us a notice on the chat if you can hear us properly, if you see us, where are you from, how are you today, and we will move on. Okay, let's assume that everything is fine and everybody sees us. So, as the rule for the webinar, we'll go 100% in English. If you want to ask any question, English question first. If you need to ask in Polish, it's fine. We'll translate it up to English and I will ask it to our speakers. So I have a bunch of questions for them. I will try to squeeze them as much as possible. I'm not going to speak a lot today because I spoke last month and it's enough, I guess, for the webinars. And we will start with ready questions. Then we'll move on to your questions and we'll try to answer as much as possible. And today we are going for 1 hour in minimum, but if we will feel a vibe with you and the question quality will be good, we will extend it for extra minutes just to fulfill all needs. So, hello guys, one more time. To start, I would like to introduce yourself for Polish and international crowd we have online, because probably somebody don't know you. So, Mr. Goldie, could you please introduce yourself and also what are you going to talk about on the conference? What's your topic, idea, value?
Sure. Yeah. So my name is Julian Goldie. I do a lot of AI SEO case studies on YouTube and Twitter publicly. Just use ChatGPT all day, every day, pretty much to rank on Google and try different things. So at the Poland event, I'll be speaking about different workflows and case studies that I've tested to rank on Google, including Parasite SEO, link building, some new strategies, some case studies that I've never revealed before. So it's going to be a really good one. Looking forward to it.
Sounds great. Pavel, what about you?
Sure. So hello, everyone, or dzień dobry to the Polish audience. My name is Pavel Klimakov. I got 7 years of SEO experience. Recently, in the last few years, I'm focusing on a holistic approach, primarily based on semantics. This is purely inspired by the Kurai's research and case studies. And to the main event, I will be bringing all of the basics of semantic SEO and how that can be implemented on any language or on any level.
Thank you very much. Jitendra, your turn. What
Hi
about you?
guys, I'm Jitendra Vaswani. I'm doing SEO and affiliate marketing almost from 10 years. So it's like a great journey for me talking more about SEO and affiliate marketing in Poland like next month. So super excited to be talk on some kind of stuff I'm doing right now. Parasite SEO, which Julian was talking about. It's crazy. It's working very, very well, to be very, very honest. Like I'm able to rank the keywords in 24 hours like with Parasite. So it's good to be here, and I think I'm going to talk more about like Parasite, affiliate marketing at the next month in Poland. So super excited.
Yeah, Parasite is quite a big buzzword right now and hot topic, so I'm happy to hear
Yes.
it. Maybe even today I will ask some question about Parasite SEO. But to start, simple question just to set the vibe and start. SEO is changing and shaping SEO industry. What's your thought about it? How do you use it? Where you can implement your AI to your strategy? What's your thought about AI right now? Simple one.
Should we go in the same order or we're free?
Julian, you're first.
Julian.
Sure. So, I mean, it's changing literally every part of the process, right? I mean, for me personally, every single automation that I can add into the workflow when it comes to SEO, whether that's keyword research, whether that's content outlines, creating the content, even re-optimizing it and coming up with even like video titles for my YouTube SEO, I get most of my traffic from Google anyway. All of it has been influenced by AI. There's not a single thing that I do anymore where I don't really use ChatGPT. And I think one of the craziest things is how fast this is moving, right? So, for example, if you look at how AI is changing and shaping the SEO industry, well, 12 months ago, most people were very much against using AI or ChatGPT for SEO, right? Whereas today, it's almost crazy if you don't use AI to help you with SEO. And so I think it's becoming like it's becoming an integral part of our daily workflows when it comes to SEO. And additionally, it's not about, okay, can you use SEO or do you use SEO? It's how good are you at SEO with AI? That's the question these days. It's like how well can you use ChatGPT and AI to rank?
Yeah, and your imagination is only your limitation, I assume. But what do you think about it, Pavel?
I think there is lots of possibilities that AI brings. It's very obvious that you can use it in almost any level as a strong assistant. And then it's a question of how it is used, because I think there are certainly different levels, starting from just using ChatGPT, and then let's say taking it to the next levels where we're using fine-tuned models, we're breaking down the tasks by ourselves into micro tasks. And for each task, we have a fine-tuned model that gives us the precise outputs that we want. That can be used for the research, that can be used for the writing, lots of these different things. Just with that being said, I believe still it would not always produce the excellent, perfect output where we can say, okay, we have the output and we are ready to deploy on that, or we're just ready to launch it. It can be a solid 70, 80%, which then still need to be refined. So it speeds up things dramatically, but it's not a sort of silver bullet that resolves everything.
Yeah, can I extend it and ask additional question?
Sure.
Because you are a big player in the field of semantic SEO and one of the thought leader in holistic digital community, and how you can use AI for topical map building, semantic SEO, your strict holistic strategy, and the concept you develop with Korai.
Sure. So the best way is research, or let's say research/learning about the niche. In some cases, if let's say someone has to start, let's say they have to take on a new client in a new industry that they're not familiar with, to process the topical map in full details as granularly as possible, it's really important to understand the topic. And unfortunately, there are sometimes cases where, let's say, you cannot consult with your own client, or They just do not have an expert that's dedicated for that. So in this case, you can actually ask questions from ChatGPT, let's say as an example, which can then slowly educate you. What are the main concepts, let's say the main types, subtypes. Then you can see the connections, what impacts what. And just to give an example, if we're talking about some chemical industry, chemical productions or things like that, something that I'm completely not familiar with, that's where I would have to use AI as a teacher or a lecturer to exactly show me all of the things and how the industry works inside out. That just helps with understanding. And then from here, we take it to, let's say, the regular approach or the regular process of building out the topical map, which is still primarily done manually. I can comment a bit more on this, but just don't want to take too much time in the beginning.
Yeah, thank you very much. I guess it's a great additional, let's say, value to the same question. And same for Jitendra. How AI is changing and shaping SEO industry from your perspective and how you use it?
I think like AI have changed a lot. Like from the past 12 months, I would say like all of my tasks have been automated. Like I don't need like too many of copywriters, to be very honest. Like before I was like 2 years ago, 1 or 2 years ago, I was having a team of writers like 10, 20. Now I just need a 1 or 2 copywriters who can just check the work done by the AI, right? We can like easily create the custom GPTs there in Chat GPT, and the content part is almost automated, like to be very honest. So much of ease is being like, it's so easy right now to create content, to create outreach process with AI, I would say that. And my team has been using this chat GPT extensively for creating content. And you look at the jobs of the copywriters, like so many of copywriters, like editors, they have lost their jobs, like because of AI, I would say that, like because so much of the task has been already automated. So I think like AI has really gone through a lot of changes, and it is helping us as an SEO, like SEOs. Like we are like happy to be taking Chat GPT as our friend. So for me, it's like 24 hours 7 work. Like it's like a working machine which don't get tired, to be very honest. Yeah.
Yeah, so let me squeeze you a bit and squeeze a bit of more value for the crowd and make it as simple as possible. What works for you? Give me any tip, strategy, golden nugget, how to grow in SEO in 2024. Jindra, what works for you?
For me,
Any tip for the crowd? Strategy, golden nugget?
like what is working for me right now in like after this HCU update, right? Helpful content update. It's Parasite SEO. Like we have been banging on that to be very, like LinkedIn, medium.com, like we are like spamming the keywords with that. That's what you do it right now. So like because there's no option, like niche sites are not easily ranking. So use LinkedIn Pulse to rank for coupon code. Like if you see, like open my own LinkedIn, right? My own LinkedIn profile. I have been able to rank for like reviews, keywords, coupon codes, alternatives, versus like which are like paying me very high commissions. So like LinkedIn is working very well for us right now, and Medium too. Reddit, I haven't tried it a lot, to be very honest, but LinkedIn Pulse and the medium.com, it's working very well for our team right now to create this. And of course, the news sites, like if you see like Times of India, Outlook India, if you like buy all these kind of like sponsored posts, like best protein powder, best website hosting, it is working well, like for some of my clients. So we have been using like Parasite SEO. Yeah.
Yeah, so just to sum up, use different high authority domains to rank your own content. And I think also Mr. Goldie has some experience with Parasite SEO. Could you elaborate more about it, your experience, what you are doing with it? And I saw a lot of videos on your YouTube about Parasite, even on YouTube Parasite, let's name it as YouTube ranking.
Yeah, Julian has been doing like ranking LinkedIn under I think 18 hours, and I was seeing his post. Julian has been good with.
Could you say something more about it?
Yeah, sure. I mean, just building on what Jitendra said. So all these platforms are working really well. I would say most of the time, Parasite SEO is going to outrank my own website. So it's like niche sites are underpowered, Parasite SEO platforms are overpowered. And
Yes.
so just building on what you said, yeah, you can use LinkedIn, Reddit, Quora, even Fiverr.com. Like you can rank gigs on Fiverr.com, get to the first page and rank them that way and make money that way. But what you can also do is basically rank 5 or 6 or 7 times on the first page of Google for the same keyword using different platforms, right? So for example, if you put ChatGPT for link building into Google, which is a great keyword for our SEO agency because that's going to bring in more clients, more opt-ins, we're ranking like 7 or 8 times on the first page between YouTube videos, my own website, Medium, LinkedIn, etc. And so essentially what you can do is build a whole AI SEO fortress with Parasite SEO, where whatever happens, whatever update comes out next, you're pretty much safe, because if niche sites get powered again, great, my website's going to go up. If Parasite SEO becomes more powerful, okay, great, all my other pages will go up. And either way, you're protecting your site rather than just relying on one channel.
Yeah, it's not typical strategy in Poland right now. So I ask you to talk more about it on a conference for sure. Polish crowd will enjoy it and maybe take advantage of it. So let's move on to Mr. Pavel. Pavel, same question for you. No Parasite SEO in this case. What works for you? Any tip, strategy, idea for the crowd?
I would say if we have to use AI, I believe it's an incredible tool to enhance and automate the, let's say, branding processes. You can automate your social media and email lists with that. It can help you A/B test and do certain things with ads, which is incredibly helpful. And I want to say that in this era that we're entering, or really already entered with AI, having a strong brand is really important, and it will become more important. So using AI for these things, it's a really strong, massive shortcut. Another thing, and it's a really, let's say, more complex, massive process, but using AI written content as a starting point to actually write the properly structured articles.
Yeah.
The only challenge here is that we cannot just use ChatGPT or any really base level language model to produce let's say, a passage or an article and then just publish that. There is about approximately, I would say, around 80 steps or chains in the process to go from nothing to a somewhat okay, readable, workable article, which is still neat. It still has to be refined after we get that output. So writing with AI, but in a more, let's say, fine-tuned way.
I have a question about it later, about the humanizer content and the whole idea about the content. I saw actually yesterday content arbitrage, when you just how to say, proof of concept, do a proof of concept and then rewrite the content or humanize it. But we'll ask it later. And now I have a little game. I think it will be a funny one. Let's say you want to start your new business, new website, new whatever, new business online, and you want to get the traffic from Google. And Mr. Goldie, you have 5,000 euro. Pavel, you have 10,000 euro, and Jitendra, you have 15,000 euro. It's your budget. What are you going to do, and how you allocate the budget to start from scratch? I think Mr. Goldie is first one. 5K for you, 5K euro.
All right, I've got the short end of the deal. I'm 5K down. Someone's got 10K bit more than me. Oh, just kidding.
You have 5K in cash.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. So I think, and is it based on my current skill set, like all the skills and experience I have today?
Yeah, and you can use AI, whatever you want. You need to grow and bank somehow. What are you going to do? And give some advice to crowd with low budget, what they can do and how to be on top or whatever.
Yeah, so I think if it was me, one of the best businesses you can ever build in SEO, if you say don't have a lot of cash, is just to run an agency or a client-based service, because then you're profitable from day one. You don't have any fixed overheads, and you're getting paid by clients up front to do the work, and then you bring in cash flow from day one. And so it doesn't require It doesn't even require 5K to get started. So for me personally, what I would do is probably I would sell something like a combination between AI and human content, because then I can deliver it cheaper than all the other human writers out there, but it's going to be better quality than all the people copying and pasting from ChatGPT. And I would sell that as a service, probably minimum order value of like $500,000, something like that, maybe $30 or $50 an article, and just sell content, kind of a combination between human and AI as a service, and then build up the cash flow from there. And I think you wouldn't even need 5K. You might need maybe 1K a month, and you would spend that on Upwork Connects, because there's a lot of warm leads and clients interested in buying stuff on Upwork.com. I've tested it myself, and that's how I built my regional agency. And so I could spend 1,000 euros a month, apply for loads of jobs on there, land clients from day one, and start growing my agency and get more and more clients, and just scaling as much as I can.
Yeah, but make it more specific. Let's make it more specific. You need to rank your own domain, let's say, because agency I know agency is easy one. You need to rank your business, rank your domain. One idea, 5K.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So if it was me, then what I would do?
Yeah, please finish, and then I will go to Pavel. So one idea: human assisted AI content.
I would launch a course in a very non-competitive niche, where it's a very scalable info product I can sell via SEO. And then I would just rank articles on LinkedIn and Reddit all day, every day, like 16 hours a day, using auto-blogging AI as a tool, publish the articles all day, every day, get as much traffic as I can to those Parasite SEO pages, and you would start getting sales in as soon as possible, I think.
Yeah, great. Pavel, 10K for you, your own domain. What are you going to do?
Definitely certain percentage. It's hard to come up from the top of my head, but let's say 5 to 10% would go into ads, social ads, to generate brand awareness, ideally brand traffic. I would supplement that with AI content, as I said before, including images, written content, maybe even videos, even though they're not that good, but there's possible to work out some things there. I would try to activate all of the social media channels that are possible, including Twitter, TikTok, all of these things. With that being said, I believe TikTok is one of the best ones, cheapest, and gives you most awareness. So that's where the budget would go. Then from here, we need, let's say, domain hosting and then content. This depends on the niche that we're going after, and what's our approach. What are we really selling there? What's the main angle that we're taking? If it's not specific, unfortunately, I have to be a bit vague in terms of, let's say, how I would do it. But let's say if we are assuming that 10,000 is somewhat low budget, then we have to go for more, let's say, granular topics or concepts, or let's say longer tail type of keywords. I would definitely try to look for templates or query templates, or patterns, something that I can basically produce once but replicate multiple times across the entire network. And then AI would be here, as I said, as a baseline that can help me research the topics or give me sort of initial ideas, which is then has to be refined by the expert authors or someone that has true expertise in this specific industry. And that's where 80, 90, 95% of the budget would go into pretty much refining and adjusting the content down to like micro levels. So it's a tiny bit, let's say we do 20, 80%, 20 into branding, AI produced content, we can say free, or it's very minimal, 5 to 10%, and the rest of it is into, let's say, precision or refinement down to like perfect levels.
Yeah, I love your idea about social signals and brand awareness and building, let's say, human-grade signals. I think it's the name of the game. Content is a free, and only this, I think, so signals make a difference. Okay, Mr. Jitendra, same question for you. 15,000 euro for you. Make it quick. What's your idea? What are you doing with it?
So, okay, I will be making very short. So 10K I will be spending on affiliate marketing because that's where my expertise lies. Okay, so I will be spending more money on like news sites, Parasite, like spamming all those like highly profitable keywords like best protein powder, for example, best website hosting, best website builder. So I know how to like spam all these news website and like spending money on Parasite. And 5K I will be spending on my agency, like to grow my agency and sell my services like SEO, like to and AI human content, like how to optimize like these kind of like creating the brand awareness for my agency. So 5K will be spending on my agency and 10K will be purely on affiliate marketing. Like from 10K I can easily make 40 to 60K like highly profitable keywords. So that's where I will be spending most of my money. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So let's spice it up a bit. Sure, it will be short one, and we will move to next questions. So it's round number 2. Let's say you have established business online. It could be e-commerce, content website, affiliate website, whatever. Let's say the domain is 2 years old, so it has some historical data, signals, and traffic. Let's say you have average visibility, not so good, not so bad, just average one, and you want to grow as fast as possible because, for example, you are selling some seasonal stuff like gardening and whatever. Same question, same budget. Julian, 5K, you need to grow as fast as possible with 2 years old domain. What are you doing?
So I'm going to find a bunch of easy keywords that we can rank for within 24 hours on the domain that would bring in money if we rank for them. And then just create as much content as we can each day, targeting each of those keywords and just start generating traffic from day one. And then additionally, if I had a bit of spare time over, probably going to start creating YouTube videos too, because then it's going to build the brand, but it's also going to get more traffic. And additionally, with YouTube, you can rank pretty quickly on Google too.
Thank
so
you.
I would invest in content and start ranking.
Yeah. Pavel, 10K, same story. 2-year-old domain, positive ranking state, historical data, everything. You need to grow as fast as possible. What are you doing?
First thing, I'll probably go into the search console, get all of my articles or all of the pages, see how they perform, see what kind of queries they target, where we're getting impressions from, what exactly the type of audience that we're bringing there. Then I would go into these specific pages and see if there is a mismatch, if we're triggering some kind of queries, but we're not addressing them. Maybe something is outdated in terms of information, maybe something is completely lacking. So this gives me a very upfront, let's say, workload to refine and refresh and check all of the existing content throughout the site. The next step is most likely if let's say this is a client, or let's say even if it's my site, I have an idea, I want to rank for something, or I want to outrank someone, and I would look who is ranking above us. Let's say we're number 5 on the first page, but the first 4 spots are taken by someone else. I would try to analyze the size of their network, how many pages they have, how deep they process them, and how they connect them versus what we are doing. And this basically shows me kind of quality thresholds or levels, and that's what shows me what I need to exceed to, let's say, outrank these specific competitors and where I can take it further. Another simple, very simple case here, if it's an e-commerce, it might make sense to launch new lines of products. If they fit into templates for the documents and fit into the query templates, that's almost like a no-brainer. Very, very easy to implement, and we can just grow sort of not, let's say, vertically, but wide, which is to expand the products amount. Yeah.
Yeah, Jitendra, 15K for you. One shot,
So
something quick.
Yeah, I will be very fast. So I'm going to the search console and see which keywords are like giving me some sort of impression. Then I will try to optimize all these keywords and like invest in some backlinks. And I will also translate my content. Like if I have an English website, okay, what I've done, like over the 3-4 years from 2020, I've translated my like niche website, like English website, into native languages like Russia, like like Ukrainian, whatever, like all these languages. And from I will try to get traffic from all these native speaking countries, so I can make some good sales. Like if I'm not able to rank for some keywords which are very competitive in US, right, for example, so I will try to translate all these content into these multi languages, and I will try to make sales from there. So that's an easy way to rank and bank, and I've done it over the period of 3 years, and it's very profitable for all my niche website, like translating the English content into native languages. Like
Yeah,
it has worked very, very well.
it's
Yeah.
a great idea because using a large language model is quite easy to translate to different languages. And
Yeah.
actually, I think it's the biggest problem of Polish community and Polish industry that we are afraid of going abroad because Poland is too big to skip and too small to earn in Poland. So if you want to go abroad, for sure go for AI, large language model, translate your websites, and
Because it's very
and
profitable. Like Robert,
yeah,
I'm getting so many sponsors from Russia easily, because if I'm not able to rank for example, I'm ranking for this keyword, best eBay proxies, example, right? So if I'm not able to rank in US, I can easily rank in Russia, and someone who's running Russian proxy business, he can easily buy my sponsorship on that article, right? Like from the top one, I will charge like 3K. And I have been doing this thing, like selling all these sponsorships to all these companies.
okay, so one thing, it's
Sure.
interesting one. Let's say in US, UK, you are ranking with English content. In Russia, you're ranking with Russian content with Cyrillic and everything in native language of the user. Yeah, am I right?
Yes.
Very
But
good.
I will say, like, sometimes the native languages, like native content may not be accurate 100%. It might have some words which are wrongly translated, because I use automation tools like gtranslate.io. So it has worked well for me, like over the period of 3 years. I would not say it's 100% accurate, but it has worked well for me. Yes.
Yeah. We are also happy to answer your questions, but I'm looking on the chat. There is nothing interesting. There's one about graph database for retrieval augmented generation, and I will answer quickly this one. I'm not sure about the graph database. For sure, you need to use some vector database and just do similarity search based on vectors and embeddings for it. As for graph, I think Neo4j have also extension of vector search. I use DeFi. I will send the name on the chat shortly. Is a tool with a RAG included. They use some sort of vector database. It works. For sure, there is Pinecore also and a few others. I think also PostgreSQL have a module of vector search. So if you want to go for retrieval augmented generation, you have to use it. It's the rule and it's how it works. Yeah. So let's skip a few questions. And I love this one. My business partner gave me today. The question is, what are you doing to humanize AI content? Do you have any specific techniques, ideas, how to make it more human grade?
Should we start?
Yeah, Pavel, let's go. Let's go with Pavel.
So what I'm doing currently is regarding this RAG retrieval augmented generation. I try to feed very custom and precise data into AI. Then I use AI that is fine-tuned precisely to express itself in the style that I want. There are many steps in between where I try to filter exactly what we want to say, what we don't want to say. It is done with prompts. It is done again with fine-tuning and sort of other small steps in between. The output of that is a pretty solid article. It has good information, but sometimes it, let's say, repeats facts or it misses some very important facts. Sometimes it actually can, let's say, have incomplete sentences or things like that. So this type of output has to be refined by an actual expert. Basically, it's like forgot the term for it, but they read through the entire content and they see if there is incorrect expressions or if there is repeatability and these type of things. And in many cases, because AI writes in a little bit robotic way, there needs to be created, let's say, a flow or connection from one sentence to another, or even in some cases breaking down a chunk of text into paragraphs, because clearly they indicate different things. So it is more about, let's say, revising it to make it easy to read, basically, in a way.
Yeah.
That's the
But you are doing this, let's name it as post-processing phase using AI, or is like
No,
human touch?
Human. Yeah, exactly, human. Because I try to do sort of additional layers where AI would revise itself, but then it starts to extract certain facts or certain important moments. It does simplify and it sort of, let's say, smoothens the initial output. It's way nicer, way easier to read, but it also removes, let's say, 30-40% of really important facts and important information. So it's actually decreases the quality of the article by a lot. And what I want is the opposite. I want to maintain all those facts, smoothen it, and ideally add new facts where there is a mismatch or something is lacking. And this is where usually humans that are experts in the industry, they can see things really easily. It's like for them reviewing a job of another expert. If they're familiar with the industry, they can go through the entire article really quickly. They can see that this is incorrect, this is missing, this is lacking, this is like a false statement. And it's a really quick task for them to, let's say, revise them that way. But that's the approach that I take, basically.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, I need to ask this question because my business partner asked it on a chat, Damien. Pavel, is a question for you. At the moment, we can only use fine-tuned GPT 3. Do you think it's enough quality to generate content? What's your thought?
We can also fine-tune open models. It's a different process there, but it can be done. I personally, right now, use GPT 3.5, fine-tuned versions of 0613, I believe, and 0016 or something like that, the one with the 16K range. Yes, that's what I'm using now. My initial plan was to use Llama and Mixtral, but I started doing small split tests with GPT-3, which led to lots of different discoveries. And I realized that it's sort of like the more testing you do, the more data you uncover, the more you become familiar with the way your large language model works. And it's actually harder to step out of it and go into a new one, because you will need to do thousands or hundreds of different split tests again. And maybe if it's important, I can explain this in detail, but this is a really valuable point of information. So just to answer the question here, I'm using 3.5 right now. I believe with enough data optimization, specific prompts, and fine-tuning, it can do a pretty good job. Not the final output, not the complete one, but I think it can be solid enough. And then, of course, open models are also out there, and we can do lots of things with them as well.
Yeah,
I hope this answers.
Yeah, you will meet Damian in Poland, so for sure we will extend it in Poland. As an addition, Damian is my business partner and also co-founder of our conference, so I should to ask this question. Sorry for that. Let's back to the main question, Mr. Goldie. Same for you. What are you doing to humanize AI content? Do you have any specific techniques or ideas? I think it's crucial topic to cover about this humanization of content for sure. What's your idea?
Yes, 3 methods that I'm using right now. So one of them, I just published a YouTube video about this today, is I'll take some existing data that I have, for example, like a sales page that talks about me, what I do, etc., what I'm selling, and then I'll plug that into ChatGPT and say, rewrite this content, but in the context of this keyword, right? So for example, in this particular video that I released today, it was like, I want to rank for the keyword best local SEO course. Here's my mastermind page, my sales SEO mastermind. And it rewrote the content, posted it to LinkedIn. It was ranking number 3 within 21 hours. So that's number 1. And it's taking my unique content, which is humanized to me because it has all my details about me, what I do, who I am, my life story, basically. And then number two is custom instructions. So inside ChatGPT, for example, and you can do this with any AI tool, but I'll basically have the instructions in terms of who am I. So Julian Goldie, link building agency, team of 50 people, done SEO for 7 years. You'll have all that information. And I'll tell it exactly how I like to respond when I communicate with people normally. So short, straight to the point, no fluff, no BS. And so when it creates content for me, it's written like I would say it. The third way is to add unique content inside the content that you're publishing, right? And I'll give you two practical examples for this. So number one, that local SEO course page that I'm ranking right now, inside the content, it's got testimonials talking about me and recommending my course. And then it's also got videos from YouTube, which humanize me, right? Because it's real people talking about content specifically to me that you're not going to find anywhere else. Mm-hmm. And then additionally, for example, if you check out, I don't know, best SEO speaker, I think you'll find me like ranking number 2 on Google for that. And inside that content, I wrote it with ChatGPT, but I humanized it by adding unique images of me where I'm speaking at, say, the SEO movement conference in Manila last year. And so it's AI generated content, but it's differentiated because it has unique content that I've generated myself on that topic.
Yeah, so for sure we'll take you a few more pictures in Poland and you can change it to Polish.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I might rank.
You will rank number 1 because
if you give me a backlink too, maybe.
Yeah,
backlink. Yeah.
Jitendra, same for you because it's a crucial one. What do you think about humanizing AI content? What are you doing in this field?
Like for me, like if I want to rank for specific keywords, so I will make sure like the facts we are using like in the content are pretty much accurate, and we will take some example from the competitors. Like if we are writing some kind of review article, for example, right? I want to rank for some review article, right? So I want to make sure like all the data, everything is correct. Like example, SEMrush, they have like 1 million active users, and maybe ChatGPT might give you like 5 million active users as a wrong like stat or data. So I will make sure I have a team of copywriter like who's going to check with all the facts and the data. Or maybe we can take from the competitors content and we can ask ChatGPT to please rewrite this content in my own tone and please put like personal touch experience, use I and we, like I have used this tool from 7 years, write pros and cons about it. So this is how I'm going to optimize and make sure content looks human friendly and it's human readable. So I think that's the best way to do it. Like take an example from take the data from the competitors and make sure you optimize it well and use the right prompts. So that's how you're gonna do it, like to optimize content.
I have same idea, just to make it as knowledgeable
as possible.
AF and optimize it for users, extra tables, called pro, cons, TLDR, key takeaways and stuff, and extra pictures. For example, my sister runs a business with dogs, and I generated her like 100 articles, and she perfectly formatted it. It's easy to read. Extra picture she did on her own. It looks good, and it's ranked so human first, not the wall of text. And yeah, there's also a question from the crowd. Can you share your favorite prompt to use it on a daily basis in your SEO content production task? And Mr. Goldie sent us a gift on the private chat. Mateusz, could you please share it to the crowd? It's a set of Julian prompts, everything you need. I think just click it, check it, and it's all we can give you right now. Or maybe Pavel, Jitendra, you want to add something to the question, or this little?
No, I think like these are the prompts, like create a LinkedIn pulse for this keyword. Like that's how you're gonna, like that's the best prompt like right now for me right now, LinkedIn pulse. So
yeah. So we are waiting for more questions, maybe more gifts. We'll see. So don't be shy. If you want to ask in Polish, go in Polish. No worry. Pavel?
Yeah, I will add just one thing regarding the prompts. Something that is maybe very simple, but I found it very useful, especially when, let's say, I'm trying to scale up this process through Python or any other things. I when I try to get something out of AI and I give it different prompts, and I'm still not satisfied with what it gives me, it's probably like a language problem because my English is not perfect. But I would actually ask the ChatGPT, how can I ask you to do this thing? And then it actually gives the output of, you can just say this, and give me this example. And it's not always perfect, but let's say once I do it 5, 7, 10 times, I can kind of get the idea of what pushes those, let's say, buttons or sparks those ideas in AI to actually give me the output that I want. So I would ask it, how do I ask you, basically? And then it gives exactly what's needed. And another one is, it's a slightly different thing, but if I'm trying to, let's say, design a vector or let's say a structure for the document, usually we do it with different questions. And I realized that sometimes I would ask a question and let's say I would read it like a week or two later, and the question is structured so vaguely and it's so unclear, like it's not exactly clear what I intend there. So I started to verify some of the questions through different AI systems where I would ask them, how do you understand this? Or what does this question exactly ask for? And I realized that many times I intend one thing, but the AI interprets it as something different. So this helps really refine or optimize things in a AI-friendly way or NLP-friendly way. So 2 prompts there: asking to understand, or asking how to ask, basically, and another one is asking to interpret or explain how it understands the question. These
Yeah.
are the ones that I really use a lot.
Yeah, great idea. Thank you for it. And actually, it can connect to the next question. And yeah, let's go for it. Mr. Goldie, it's for you. What makes a difference for you? One factor that differentiate effective and ineffective action using AI in SEO, or something else that make a difference for you. For example, same as Pavel, asking question to AI, how to ask question. What make a difference for you?
What makes the biggest difference in the content itself or the output?
One second. Let me extend the question, because I truly believe that the whole world is doing same stuff, same shit, and dancing around same fire, using same tools and doing same stuff. And let's jump from this idea that let's assume that everybody's doing same stuff or similar stuff. And what makes a difference for you, or differentiate effective or ineffective action using same stuff, same
Yeah, I would
models,
say it's
the whole world.
usually it's your creativity. Like you were saying before, you're limited by your own imagination, and the more you use it, the more you see all these different connections that are not connected, different ideas that you have in your head. And the more you use ChatGPT, the more you can connect these things together, which is what makes a difference, because all of a sudden you've got that experience that tells you, okay, this is how I get the best outputs from ChatGPT. And so I think it's about not the actual AI that you're using. I don't think that matters so much, but it's about the person using the AI. And what does that come down to? It comes down to experience and how often they've used it and how many reps they've had in. Kind of like going to the gym. The more you go to the gym, the more weight you can carry, and the more effective you're going to be in the gym. It's the same with ChatGPT. The more reps you get in, the more ruthlessly powerful you are with that tool, because you can save all the iterations, you can save all the wrestling back and forth, you can save all the ineffective outputs and just go straight from point A to point B in the fastest way possible, because you've had those reps and because you've got that experience.
Yeah, thank you. And Jitendra, any thoughts on it?
I would say like AI have done so much of automation. Like look at like 2-3 years ago, we don't have this chat GPT and all, and like content creation was like it was very time consuming. But look at the things now, it's so easy. Like if you learn how to use chat GPT, treat chat GPT as your friend, if you learn all these prompts, and even if you don't want to learn the prompts, so you can use this extension AI PRM, right? It's a Google Chrome extension. It's pretty nice. Like it have all the prompts. Like if you want to create article with FAQ schema, like articles for category, content for like Amazon review, whatever the hell you want, it have all the prompts. Like it makes your tasks so much easier, right? I don't have to learn the prompts too. Like AI PRM, they have a paid subscription too. Like if you want more ChatGPT prompts, so it's pretty so good. I would say that it's very helpful, very much helpful.
Okay, let's extend it because I think it's crucial for the crowd. Pavel, it will be for you. You will be first. So, what do you think will be rewarded by Google? Because there are several factors we can influence. For example, technical aspect, performance, links, content, whatever. And actually, as we already realized that the content is free, and therefore, where do you see the space to make a difference and outrank competitors right now?
Sure.
What will be rewarded in the long run? Let's say it's not like a short run, long run.
I would say branding and the real world presence, because if anyone can create an excellent article, and that means they can create a network of articles or a content network on any topic, Google would want to rank ideally someone who is actually aware of the industry, not just pretending to be an expert. So how can they detect someone who is aware or physically present in that industry? They would look for proof of businesses or experts that truly exist in the world that are recognized by different certain things. So it comes down to improving the brand power and brand awareness. And this connects to other things. Let's say if writers on your website are actually recognized by Google as authors, that's incredibly helpful. If they are just someone and they have a few, let's say, shady social media profiles and that's it, that's not very trustable. And I think this will play a much bigger role. Also, part of the brand power, it is PR, links, other things. If a brand is not mentioned in any other website, in any other publication, it just doesn't seem like an actual real brand. Like if no one knows about it, if no one talks about it, it's an issue. And then ultimately, when it comes to content, let's say if we were talking about this thing from the perspective of semantics, first comes the process of structuring and organizing things and ultimately planning everything. So the ones that are able to plan their content better, they will be outranking others. Even if the, let's say, passages or the snippets are written in an excellent way across the board, there will be the ones that will prioritize them and put certain sections above others in a more reasonable, more logical way, which will be a better signal for Google. Then the next step from that, let's say everyone is able to plan it in a perfect way because we actually managed to invent an AI system that does this type of planning for you. Then the AI also writes everything for you. And the last part, I believe it's about micro semantics, which is optimization of like down to the sentence level or down to the phrase level or even down to the like comma level. Which small character is placed where can have a more significant impact. And I believe since we're if just within the current realms of AI, let's say 3-4 whatever years from now, AI will not get things perfectly. There will still be a kind of margin or a gap or a variety. This means, yes, it can give you the same 7 facts in the output that it will give you to all of your other competitors or let's say someone else. Still, down to the sentence level optimization can be improved, let's say, with additional AI or with human experts. And then just a small topic or small concept here, because if we're imagining that AI would write for all topics with all facts and everything will be excellent, it seems a little bit maybe overly positive, because I believe at that point, what will play a massive role is feeding it exactly the unique information that it can use to express itself. So now if the expressor part is truly perfect, now the type of information or the data that we pass onto it plays a more significant role. Because if we're able to provide, let's say, 5 facts and someone else is able to provide 10 facts or 20, now you can clearly see the difference in terms of how deep this AI can go. So this is slightly different there.
Yeah, I agree with you. The idea of microsemantic is quite hardcore one. I just rather prefer to say you need to be as clear as possible, as accurate for language models being understood. And there's also a lot of re-rank models which will be helpful for it. So yeah, for sure, I agree with you. It will differentiate a campaign or not. Julia, hey for you, let's make it quick. What do you think will be rewarded by Google in the long run?
Seems like link building is the biggest differentiator, and I think, for example, if you look at why is Parasite SEO dominating right now, it's not great content, it's not top authority. Like, for example, you got Jackie Chow's subreddit ranking for hair transplant Turkey, right? YMYL keyword, not written by a doctor, not easy to see who's written it, who's written it. It's all about high DR. LinkedIn, Reddit, Cura, they're all DR90 websites. And so I think more backlinks is a moat that smaller sites can't compete with, and you still can't automate that realistically 9 times out of 10. And so I think that's what's being rewarded by Google, and I see smaller sites just getting smashed out of the SERPs because they don't have enough backlinks and they don't have enough authority, and instead LinkedIn, Reddit, Cura, these sites replace them because they've got higher DR.
Yeah, you're right. It's not visible in Poland because we use different platforms in Poland, but in the US, I see that if you have a high authority and page rank, in most cases you will win. Jitendra, same for you, and we'll skip from AI question to more business one. So, what do you think? What will be rewarded by Google in the long run? I mean, 1 year, 2 years in the future.
I think right now the backlinks will be the winning factor, and of course, like Julian is saying, Parasite SEO. I was watching the content from Jackie Chow. He's ranking for all these like competitive keywords, like ranking subreddits and all. And if you see all the news website right now, like the biggest news website in India, like Times of India, they are creating subdirectories for niches, and they are having all automation content. If you see like Charles Float latest tweet, he's sharing the data from Times of India. They have the category most search products, and look at the content there. Look at the content. It's all automated. It's all AI content. It's so shitty, and it's dominating right now on Google. So I will go with the present scenario. So I would say like backlinks and the like news websites like LinkedIn, whatever, like Quora, Reddit, they are outranking small niche website and they're smashing them. To be very honest, I don't see like small niche websites are ranking anymore. Even if you have a high quality content, you have a personalized web content, it's not working well. I have seen so many of my friends, they are creating very high quality content, they have a personalized content, like still they're not able to outrank. Like how you gonna outrank these news websites? They have a millions of backlinks. So it's
Yeah, I agree. I will just point my Polish audience to Jackie Chow on YouTube. You can find it easily on Julian Goldie Twitter because they are working together. You were his guest in his podcast, so you can check Jackie Chow. Actually, I met him in Krakow. He gave me a lot of idea about partnership and same authority site and stuff. But I think it will be penalized somehow in the future, and Google will demote the signals and move it to user signals and more signals like this. And we have this sort of question in the chat like right now, and I will address it to Pavel. What do you think, Pavel, about this one?
Do you think user signals are going to become more and more important? It's a really interesting question, and thanks to Luis for asking that. Because I have to answer what I think, it's like an not really factual answer. I have to speculate here a bit. I believe they can be. I also believe, just in a hypothetical reality, if AI grows to levels where everyone starts to use it on a daily basis, and people start to use AI to do the research or do parts of the internet browsing. Technically, AI models, the bots, will be going through the Google's results and the sites as well to collect the data. That can be technically a new kind of signal if it really becomes a huge trend in terms of, because we know that at first basically the bot visits and it collects data and then it passes on to a user that had the prompt. But this is a bit too, let's say, imaginary, too far away. In the near future, I think they can be, again, more important. But with this, Google always has to be careful in terms of not being gamed or tricked by imitating the user behavior. So Google has to be really, really careful there. And especially now with AI, it almost like unlocks a whole new different problem, because CAPTCHAs and all these other things, they can easily be broken by AI systems, especially things like, let's say, GPT-4 Vision. It can break CAPTCHA, it can solve it. So it's easier to imitate user behavior now using all of the AI-powered systems. Therefore, Google is in a bit, let's say, difficult decision here, whether they should do it. That seems like a logical reason to use that. But at the same time, it can be a problem because it can be faked much easier by a much broader audience. This is actually, I think, can lead to other additional interesting topics in terms of how we can verify whether someone is a human or not, whether it's a bot visiting the website or if it's a human. So Sam Altman posted a few updates, I believe, a few months ago, or maybe more, in terms of how he thinks that can be solved. And if you guys want, I can expand on it, but just don't want to take too much time. But in general,
yeah, go for it. Go for it. But make it short. I would like to ask two more questions, and I think we will finish the webinar. But yeah, please elaborate this one. It's interesting one. Sam Altman is quite interesting person, and for those who don't know him, he is CEO of OpenAI right now. So big name in the industry.
Yeah,
so there
he's
was
going to raise like $7 trillion. Like he's looking for the funds. Have you read the news? $7 trillion. It's almost like double the Microsoft. Like
Yeah, I saw it.
cap.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's crazy. $7 trillion.
Yeah,
let's go.
So what happens there is ultimately we have to take it back to the level of CAPTCHAs. It's like solving what is a car or what is a bridge. These type of systems, CAPTCHAs, they really protect the entire internet from lots of spam and attacks and really like malicious activities, because it stops or at least slows down a ton of bots. But now, since there is literally smart AI systems like, let's say, GPT-4 with the vision and other modules, there are even like open large language models that are able to do similar things. You can feed that type of CAPTCHA into it. You can chunk it into smaller tasks. And because it is trained on objects, it can find you the cars or the bridges. So ultimately, it can solve these things. This means the entire web is open to massive spam, massive scraping, massive problems. And it's a bit of a weird situation because, let's say, someone like Google, they're trying to prevent these things. But then here comes OpenAI that actually gives everyone a tool that allows to create this chaos. And the tweet or the post from Sam Altman that I saw, it was talking about him proposing a kind of new identification method to verify whether it is a human or not, which will replace the CAPTCHA in like completely. So if we're accessing a website, it is some kind of, I assume, I did not go into details, and maybe it was some, let's say, questionable article somewhere, but the idea was regarding having some like bio proof that you are a human, and only one person can have a single, let's say, verification or a single proof. So if you're accessing a website and they're saying, hey, are you a real person? You can use that, let's say, ID token or proof that only belongs to you, and they know that it's you that's accessing that website. This prevents bots completely, but this is also very problematic, as you can understand, in terms of like overall politics and the whole worldwide situation, everything else. But yeah, these are it's something just that he proposed, and also at the same time, this is a problem that emerges right now and it keeps growing for Google. So at some point, there should be some kind of decision made there to take it somewhere. We don't know yet where. And actually, based on that, we can answer this question here, whether it would affect user signals and whether they would help with rankings or not. Because I assume if Google is 100% confident that we have a real human visiting the website and it's real humans' behaviors, they would give it way more weight and more trust. If it's really questionable and they are aware that there's so many ChatGPT agents running around the internet and scraping and collecting everything, and it's much harder for them to do that. So
yeah, thanks for that. A great idea. Something like digital footprint or biological footprint, personal footprint. Yeah, I think it will be connected to crypto somehow. Yeah, thanks for that. Julian, I have one question for you and one more to Jitendra, and because of the lack of questions in the chat, I think we will finish this webinar. Julian, you run a course, you have a lot of specialist friends in common and on your YouTube daily. And what's your thoughts? What skills must a SEO specialist acquire to be good at their job in the coming years?
I think the biggest thing is just being adaptable, being very, very flexible, because the speed at which it's changing, I've never seen this before. And I think it's been more exciting to do SEO, but at the same time, it's never been such a game of adapting. I mean, I've seen the game like change month to month, day on day. An update comes out and all of a sudden you're not publishing on your website anymore, you're publishing on LinkedIn or Parasite or something most of the time. And so I think being very adaptable and then just learning super fast and just having an open mind, like no ego, no attachments. I don't care whether something's black hat or white hat. I think like James Dooley says, I have an ROI hat. And I just focus on, okay, what's going to bring the most money? And I think as long as you don't get caught up in dogma and old ideals and you become very flexible and open-minded, then you can adapt really quickly, which is going to lead to you becoming a better SEO. Additionally, I would say just a relentless level of discipline, because, for example, SEO, a lot of the time, it's not very glamorous, it's not very fun. It is fun right now because you can create content so quickly, but there's a lot of grinding involved. I was talking to Jitendra about this last time, a couple of weeks ago. It's such a grind. There's so much work involved. I think people totally underestimate that. And you have to be extremely disciplined and hardworking to keep going with that. So yeah, just to summarize, flexible, hardworking, disciplined. If you have these three basic skills, it's not just about SEO, but anything that you do in life, you're going to outperform most people.
Yeah, it's impossible to catch the train. It's moving too fast, but adapting to the new reality is the case. And for example, in Poland, there were a lot of copywriters who was angry about content, AI content, and it's not the case. Being angry that world is changing, you need to adapt. It's same with copy machines and Ford factory.
We're not going to get chased down the road with pitchforks, are we, at Poland for AI content? It's going to be safe, right?
Jitendra, you are entrepreneur, so more business question for you is last one. How do SEO agency need to change in the era of AI? In which direction should they develop their business to survive the coming years?
I think SEO agencies have to learn how to use AI, right? They need to learn, like, if they don't follow it, like if they totally depend on the Google, okay, like the Google is saying that, so we should do this. Don't be that cheap, right? Like try to do A/B testing and try to experiment a lot in this, because AI is changing very fast. And if you see there's a new trend every day in AI, right? There are so many things to learn in this SEO era right now. as Julian is saying, like SEO is going through a lot of changes right now. I would say like it's so much stressful. I would be, because I'm talking with so many agencies on it right now in India specifically. I have so many friends here. They have lost almost like 60 to 70% of their revenues because of this. Like so many changes have came like in last 4 to 5 months, like SEO update and all. They have lost their traffic on affiliate side. They have lost their traffic on agency sites because they were ranking very easily before this SEO update. Like the niche sites were ranking, but now if we see this, like uh, all the changes have been made by Google. It's massive. It's like stressful. So I think I would say like SEO agencies owners have to have a great mental strength. I would say like sales skill. Of course, you need to be a good sales negotiator. It's important, but you need to have a good mental strength, and you need to keep working hard and try to learn more, like implement more AI processes in your SOPs. It will really help you out. I would say that like if you really want to thrive in these coming years, like you need to learn how to use AI. You need to adapt to all these changes, and you need to be a part of these conferences like SEO Vibes Dubai, it's Poland. You need to meet all these experts, create your own community, and you need to learn with all these experts across, like Julian, James Dooley, Matt Diggity. They are available at every conference. So just try to meet all these experts, try to gain some insights, make your own community, and be very open and be very transparent. Don't be hesitate to share your losses or failure. I was with Julian like last week in Bangkok. I was sharing my failures with you, Julian, right? Like I was
Extremely, yeah,
very
really.
transparent. Hey, I have lost my 60% traffic on my main blog. So I
We,
was
we got
not
a good
like,
picture.
sorry.
We got a good picture with Google Search Console. Your traffic and my
Yes,
traffic.
like traffic is going down, it's going up. So yeah, so I was very transparent to show. So be more open, be more transparent. I would say this. So like if you don't be open, then people will not be able to help you out. So just be more transparent. I would say like so. So that's how you're gonna thrive in these coming years, right? You need a strong community around you. Like you cannot be alone. Like you have to have a great community around you. Like make that kind of friend circle. Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, your network is your net worth. I heard something
Yes.
like this.
Totally true.
And as a CTO of an agency, I truly encourage people to build on cutting edge of this technology. I'm
Yeah.
100% sure it's a once a lifetime opportunity to be the best in something, and we are in the center of the biggest change in the world right now. Okay,
Yes.
guys, I have one more open question, and if you want to ask anything on the chat, it's the last call. We are closing the bar shortly. My last question is about final thoughts. And do you want to add something, anything you want to say or give to crowd, or final thoughts, guys, about after this webinar? Anything?
Definitely, I would say focusing on AI, trying to understand it, trying to learn it. I think it's extremely important to be adaptable exactly in this moment because it develops like by day almost. I think it will be incredibly helpful to think in a more structured and aligned way. That's ultimately how Google works at its core right now. So whether it's building out content, building out links, or developing an AI system to produce the content or anything else, it will be very, very helpful to think in a structured way, basically having an engineer's mindset. And yeah, stay with the smart people with a good network and continue growing. Maybe as a little comment regarding the agencies, I believe it unlocks insane amount of AI unlocks insane amount of opportunities where if you have a customized AI content, you can actually offer that for free as a pitch to lots of different clients to revise, let's say 20-30% of their content network. If it's done in a good way, it doesn't really cost you much, but they can see the increase from that. So it unlocks scooping up clients very quickly for very cheap. And it's just one of the ways. There's really AI brings insane amount of opportunities.
Thank you very much, Pavel. So, guys, there's no more questions. So, thank you for today. Julian, where people can find you?
You can find me on YouTube. Just published another video today talking about Parasite SEO and how I humanize my AI content to rank quickly. So find me on YouTube, Julian Goldie, or juliangoldie.com.
Jitendra.
I wanted to. Can I just have one final thought? I know you were asking about final thoughts before. One thing I wanted to say was one thing that I've learned from the last 12 months, from 500 AI SEO experiments, is just test everything yourself. Don't believe everything that's out there. There's a lot of people saying you should do this, you shouldn't do that. I think a man with experience is never at the mercy of a man with an opinion, and basically focus on facts over opinions and test everything out with yourself first.
Thank you. Jitendra, where people can find you?
Yeah, so they can find me on YouTube, as I have been doing interviews with all these SEO experts like Matt Diggity, Julian, Neil Patel, and soon we are going to do interview in Poland and in Dubai with you, Robert. So yeah, so they can find me on YouTube. And one thing I want to say, like the last words, please try to experiment. Like you have to do A/B testing. Like if you're not experimenting right now, you're losing a lot of money on the table. Like go with the trends. So right now Parasite is working, so I'm like investing a lot in there. Like I'm investing a lot of my time and the money into Parasite SEO, so it's making me money. So that's what you need to do it. So don't be afraid to do experiments. So that's it.
Yeah, for sure, don't be afraid. Pavel, where people can find you if they want to reach out to you?
For now, just on LinkedIn.
Just on
That would be the
LinkedIn,
best place.
and I guess also in holistic digital community. So
Yes.
let me conclude the webinar. I'm inviting everybody to Warsaw next month for sure. We will pimp it up, the whole discussion, and give more value. And as we already agreed, your network is your net worth. So come to Warsaw and we will make you reach us AF, reach AF.
Which is
I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. AF is enough. Thank you very much for today. Next month we'll go with next webinar, also focusing on entrepreneurship, AI, and SEO. And thank you very much for today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's go to Poland. Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
SEO is back on the stage of a theater right in the heart of Warsaw, Poland. This edition will be special. The theme is artificial intelligence and SEO, with lectures led by experts from around the world. And the day before the conference, you can participate in a mastermind meeting and a formal dinner with the speakers. What can you expect at the conference? A networking mobile app, simultaneous translation for everyone, and what's more, 9 knowledge-packed presentations and an epic post-conference after-party. See you on March 28th at Relax Scene at Złota 8. Buy your ticket and don't miss out on this event. Oh, and I almost forgot. Of course, I didn't have to record anything for this video. That's what